Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is a little bonus reading all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to focus on career, money, love, but we never ask how are you doing. So this reading is going to tap into what you're going through at this moment in time, how you're moving through this period, and what's on the other side for you as well. Also, you may notice that my voice is a little bit off today. I'm fending off a seasonal cold. I feel absolutely fine, but my voice is just a little bit croaky. So I'm addressing that, but if it croaks a little bit in your reading, I hope it doesn't hinder your listening in any shape or form. So enough about my energy. Let us tap into your energy and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know regarding their personal circumstances? Can you please show them what are they going through right now? How are they moving through this period? And what is on the other side? Now, your first card there is Snow, Silence, okay? Some of you feel like withdrawing, or you have felt withdrawn recently because life has been so busy. I feel like you're gathering the strength to make some radical changes in your life. I do see a lot of restlessness around you. Don't get me wrong, you're very passionate, very intense. You're a go-getter when it comes to your spirit, but I also feel like a lot of you are exhausted and definitely in need of a rest. Sometimes when you take a step back, you're able to see the way forward, if that makes sense. I mean, your final outcome card there is Completion West. So a lot of you are trying to finish what you start. I also see that you are yearning to connect to your higher self in a deeper way. So a lot of you may be embracing meditation or meditative practices. I feel there is this energy here that naturally you stand out from the crowd, but somehow you feel like you blend in. It's almost like you may feel unseen by the people in your life right now, or you may feel a little bit misunderstood. And I'm also getting an energy here that, yeah, look at that, 10 of Wands. I could feel your exhaustion. That 10 of Wands, it feels like you're at capacity. You've got a lot on your plate. Now, you are a sign that tends to like to be busy. You like to be someone who is, look at that, King of Wands. You like to be busy. That is your energy, my beautiful Aries. That is an Aries card. So you're very passionate, very intense. You are that go-getting spirit. But I feel one of the lessons you're learning right now is that it doesn't have to all be done at once. And I am being given an energy here that if life does not challenge you, it does not change you. And I feel like you've been going through a lot of challenges because there is some really positive changes afoot here for you as well. We've got the Temperance card. A lot of you are focused on your sense of purpose right now. And I feel like you're doing everything you can to make life run as smoothly as possible. We've also got the Strength card there. Yeah, you're a very strong person. I do feel a lot of you are being called to implement a little bit more self-care. I feel, you know, it's time to treat yourself, not be so critical upon yourself or so harsh upon yourself, because sometimes I feel you put a lot of pressure on your own shoulders here. We've got the Seven of Swords there. Now, the Seven of Swords is a card to be independent, as well as we got Queen of Wands there as well. Okay, so let us tap into your energy. I feel there is this intense desire to be independent, and this can sort of manifest in many different ways in your life. So, for example, if you're a parent, you may love being a parent, of course, but you want your own time. You may want to connect to something that you feel like you've lost touch with. If you are someone who is not a parent, maybe you're focusing intensely on a career. You may feel that, you are wanting to go solo at this time, or you're working towards that. Or if you are already an entrepreneur, it can be that there's a lot of hard work and you're wondering how can you sort of delegate certain practices out there. For some of you, it could be that you're retired and you feel that family members, they kind of like overlook your capability, as it were. When someone loves so much, they almost like try to cotton wool a person and say, you know what, be careful, I can do that for you. And you're like, look, I'm an independent person. I could do this myself. And I feel a lot of you are trying to strive for this level of independence there too. So I'm really getting this kind of like growing pains energy within you. And I mean, this could manifest in many different forms. You may be in like a job right now and you feel like your boss is micromanaging you and you just want a little bit more independence, a little bit more trust for, the capabilities that you have here. So it's going to be different for everybody. So please apply it to your situation. I feel for some of you, there is this energy that it's almost like you've chosen a path and you may feel that either someone doubts the path that you're on or has kind of like indicated that they feel that it's a really difficult path and perhaps you can't do it. But you're the sort of person, my beautiful Aries, where it's like, watch me. And I see you striving and being so successful in whatever it is that you have decided to do, and you are going to complete what you set out to accomplish. But also your overarching energy here is that you are bold and daring and trying to make some big changes in your life, both on a personal level, but also in terms of where you feel like you need to be in life. Okay. I do see an energy for some of you that, especially with the snow, when you think about the snow card, it feels like stagnancy. I mean, you are a very passionate, intense person, and the worst thing for you is to be stuck in a rut. But some of you may feel that you are stuck in a similar position than you were a while ago, and it may feel like you're wondering if you're making progress. The answer is yes. Sometimes it's really hard to see progress, especially when you're in the middle of it. When you look back 5 years ago, you can see that you're further ahead. So I feel like it's worth noting that when we take a pause, we do see that actually progress is being made. But also this card, it is the card of silence. So some of you may feel like you want to go off grid, manage stress levels. You want to just have a more peaceful environment. And I feel some of you may not be talking about the struggles or the stresses that you're under. It's almost like you're keeping it all together. Life is tough. Okay. Life is really hard right now. And I don't choose the cards for you, my beautiful Aries. You can see that they came out for you. So when you get the 10 of Wands and the Strength card, it tells me that you are one tough cookie and you're going through a lot. You're managing a lot right now, and you may not be speaking up about it. You may be just putting a brave face on it all. But I do see that you have people around you who can support you in your endeavors, or at least lend an ear, okay? So I feel some of you may be learning to articulate your needs a little bit more rather than always thinking about other people, because I feel like you tend to be an overgiver. You're someone who's always there for people, always want to help people. And if someone asks you for a favor, you're the sort of person to say, yep, I'll do it. No problem. You're there. But at the same time, I'm being given an energy. Don't, always overextend yourself and then leave yourself short when it comes to you doing your own things for yourself, because that will lead to a level of frustration and resentment as well. Okay, don't shoot the messenger when I say this. I'm just being given this. But this card, it's number 34, and when you reduce it, 3 plus 4 is 7, of course, and 7 is always the number of movement forward, of progress, even though you may not be able to see it right now. But with this card, it indicates that you are not the sort of person to follow the herd, as it were. You have your own path, you live your own life, and I feel right now you're in a period of observation. It almost feels like you are watching. Now, this could be you watching the world at large to see what's going on, to see how it affects you personally. It could also be that you are watching other people succeed and you feel like you're in the same place. But remember, we all have a different path, and your path is actually more sustainable than other people's. It feels very much like sometimes someone may like get an opportunity quicker, but it doesn't mean it's going to last, for example. But I feel like you are working towards sustainability in your life right now. Now, I hope you can see that there's like a little rabbit there, okay? And it's like camouflage. So I feel a lot of you are keeping a low profile right now. So it could be that you're working on something in secret, or you could be just keeping a low profile because you want to focus all your energy on a personal development project or something that's really close to you right now. But it feels very much like when the moment is right, then you'll get out there and be a little bit more sociable, or a little bit more sort of like revealing what it is that you're working on, because I feel like you are conserving your energy right now. And this could be that you're conserving your energy or your money or your interest, as it were, because you want to either purchase a large item like a house or a car for some of you, or it could be that you're making a radical change in your life and you're just keeping things to yourself right now whilst you figure things out, okay? Now we do have that Ten of Wands, and that indicates that you're going through a lot right now. There's even like this energy of burnout or fatigue, but you're still showing up. So you're one tough cookie. And I feel here with this card, this indicates that a lot of you are also preparing for some sort of new beginning. Because the 10 is the end of something, and it basically means that you're clearing space for something new in your life right now. And I feel like you have overcommitted yourself in some way, and you're trying not to like take on too much is what I'm seeing there, because you already have a lot on. Now, of course, the Ten of Wands can indicate a level of stress. Even though I feel like you are a very passionate person, you're leading with your passions, you're very creative. I feel this sense of wanting to liberate yourself from all these responsibilities and this pressure. And I feel that right now you're focused on bringing a little bit more excitement or spontaneity into your life there as well. Now, I feel whenever you get a 10 of Wands, it means you've gone through a very rapid period of personal development and growth, and that can feel a little bit like discombobulating, as it were. I feel you have been going through a very intense period, and when we level up in life, it can often feel like we've come across an obstacle, or things start to become very difficult before we have that breakthrough. And I feel this breakthrough is happening here for you, especially since we've got the Eight of Swords here. This can indicate that some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck, or you have been really busy doing all the things you need to do in life to adhere to your responsibilities, pay the bills, do all the things, right? And it feels like it's never ending. And you may feel that you're just stuck in that cycle right now. But I see that you're liberating yourself out of something. You're gathering all the strength right now to transform your life in a certain way. And it started with an idea. It started with that spark of passion. Everything that we see here in life in general, whether it's a light bulb that was created, electricity, whether it's this deck, whether it's a candle, it all started with an idea, a thought. And you are deeply reflective right now on the next moves in your life. So I feel when you need to get clear on what it is that you want, you take a period of silence, or you get quiet. And that's what I feel right now. You're in a period of quietness in order to figure out the next steps or exact some sort of new beginning here. Now, also, this card can indicate that in this period, you're saying goodbye to emotions or relationships or situations that you feel don't belong in your life anymore. And I feel like some of you are literally burning bridges to the past. I feel this is a period of phasing things out. But also, I feel with these two energies, you've got like snow, so it's like ice and fire, okay? And there's two people here. It's like there's a very steamy connection. Now, this could be, if you're looking for love, a very steamy connection coming in. This person, I feel like they are from a different part of the world than you, and as soon as you see each other, it's like intense. So if you are looking for a companion, I definitely see there's a high level commitment that's going to be a real power couple energy here. But also, I mean, this reading is not about love. It's about you and your connection to what you're going through right now. But some of you, there could be an energy, especially if you're in a high level commitment with a person. It could feel like there's a lot of pressure on both of you right now. And I feel like you're opening your horizons and developing a deeper understanding of each other right now. So if you've been going through a bit of a difficult period with your partner, for example, I feel that you and your person are going to inject that, missing ingredient in your life. I feel, you're going to reignite that spark and remember what you fell in love with in the first place. But I also feel you must have a balance of independence to go off and do your own thing and don't live in each other's pockets all the time. I see both of you exploring like hobbies or doing something separate where you both get really excited about it and then are excited to come back and tell each other all about it as well. So that's coming through strongly. But this card is a card of you've got a lot on your plate and you are required to be very strong right now. I actually feel like you're a very strong person. You've always had to be because of experiences. And although I feel there is some inner child work that you are also trying to do right now. I feel like there's a very cathartic experience upon you. I feel there's this energy that you also feel you cannot wallow in that, almost like you need to just keep on doing, because if you keep on doing, then you'll get to where you want to go. Now, this card indicates you have infinite resources available to you from now and onwards, of course, to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. But this card indicates also that it's a period that you need to really tap into self-care routines, okay? That yes, you are strong and you're overcoming obstacles without using any sort of anger, as it were. I feel like you are looking at that power that comes from within to transform. So remember, thoughts become things. But also I feel that there is an energy here of you overcoming a struggle. I do feel this sense of anger, I got to be honest with you, in your reading, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. So because we've got the King of Wands in the resistance position, it could mean that you're angry at someone or at a situation that has made you feel really stuck, and you felt that it was very precarious in your emotions. You didn't know where you stood with that. Now, this could be a person from your past or an experience from your past. But what I see here is recognizing that anger, it is an emotional punishment for someone else's behavior. So I feel like you are not wanting to hurt yourself by holding on to that, and you're letting go of that at this time. Now, there's so much fire in your reading, so I feel like you want to reconnect to your passions, your lust for life, and I feel, especially with the bravery card, I feel like you have been going through something where it requires your bravery. Now, two cards of bravery indicate that you're being strong for not just yourself, but the people around you. And I feel here with these cards, it indicates that, the outcome is positive, whatever it is you've been going through. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there because it's indicating that it's tough right now, but you've got the strength and the power, the willpower, I just heard from my guides, to get through this. And on the other side is success. There is balance, harmony, and relief is what I'm being given. Please apply it to your situation. But it's going to be different for everybody, of course. Now, this card, although it's in the resistance position, you are naturally very inquisitive. You're a very curious person. And I feel there's this energy of there's been so much on your plate, so much responsibility, and you've had so much on. It's almost like it's crushing that childlike wonder about you, and you feel that you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. If you think about this card, it's in the resistance position. That world would be on that person's shoulders. So I feel this heaviness, but I feel like you're about to have a breakthrough in life where things get lighter, and I feel like you tap into your childlike innocence, your wonder, your curiosity, and I feel like you're deepening your connection with yourself, but also reconnecting to a part of yourself where there's fun, joy, spontaneity, and exploring new lands. And some of you could actually be thinking about either moving overseas or exploring outside your usual parameters, because this card, of course, is a card of exploration. And, it's about coming out of your comfort zone. And when you get this card, it basically means that you're being encouraged by the universe to explore, because you won't see much if you always keep the shore in sight. So I feel, be brave in your choices, and you're one of the most fearless zodiac signs. So I feel you may be trying to launch something or transform your life in some way or activate a new way of living. But I feel like you're tapping more into your hidden side. Okay, there's something about this hidden side, especially with the snow card there. It feels like you're keeping a low profile, or you're actually diving a little bit deeper emotionally into your hidden side, and it's going to help you reignite that fire within your soul. I also feel like you are strongly in a period of influencing your life, like taking charge and aligning yourself with what inspires you at this time. And I feel there is this, like, it's almost like a question. It's like, is this it? And I feel like you are not accepting that this is it. I feel like you are deciding that you want new experiences, new places, new faces, and you want to open yourself up to a world full of wonder and new kind of like festivals, or seeing new art, new music. I feel this is a very creative time for you as well. And I mean, this reading's not about career or money or anything like that, but if you wanted to earn extra money, it lies in your passions. You're a very creative person, and anything you turn your hand to, you are so talented naturally that you could turn it into a business if you wanted to. Some of you are already doing that, and I see that there's going to be a breakthrough, even though you may feel like the economy right now is pretty volatile. Of course, I do see that you being more explorative and just embracing your inner wild is going to help you move forward. Now, we do have that King of Wands, and it's in the resistance position, and this may not resonate with a lot of you beautiful Aries right now, but some of you feel like you haven't been your full self recently. It just feels like you've been on autopilot, just doing and getting by, and I feel there is a real reconnect to that passionate side of yourself. I also feel that there's something here that you wanted to launch or do, but you felt like you weren't ready, but you are enough and the time is now. So I feel when all the variables are in place for you, go for it, because I see that, it's all going to come together as it should. And I feel like you will celebrate this time, and it will really energize you. Now, of course, this is a card of energy, so I see a lot of you being exhausted with that 10 of Wands there, but this card, it will go into the upright, which means you're going to be more enthusiastic, have more energy, and I feel a lot of you, and this is coming through, so it may not resonate with everyone, but I'm being given an energy of hydrating more. Some of you may feel the need to hydrate more because there's an energy of dehydration coming through here. So that's strong in the energy. I would also say if you're thinking about going overseas or looking at property overseas or just wanting to get away, I definitely see it will refresh your soul, okay? And it helps you get more clear about something that you have been maybe a little bit muddled about or a little bit indecisive about, is what I'm being given. It gives you the option to really look at things from a bird's eye view perspective and really get clear and make a decision based on your gut instinct of what you feel is the right step for you, for your path, okay? Now also, for some of you, I'm being given an energy of you've been brave because you've had to be brave. Some of you may have had a very traumatic experience on your path, and whilst it was important and it shaped who you are, I'm being given an energy of you reclaiming your power from this experience, that this person or this experience no longer has any power over you or your thoughts, and you are someone who is incredibly brave indeed. I'm just sending you a huge hug out there because I know it's been tough and you've just had to sort of get on with life regardless, but I feel there's a release here and a relief, whatever this is. It's major relief, and it feels like I got to give you what I'm seeing in the water because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. I'm seeing a bird in a cage and someone unlocking the cage door and the bird flying out and just being wonderful and free, and this iridescent kind of light in the wings, it's like a hummingbird is what I'm seeing. Okay, so I mean, it's not like this. I mean, this is a bird. I mean, I guess this could be a hummingbird actually. So maybe that's influencing the energy in the water as I'm scrying. But I'm just seeing you like being wild and free, and maybe even getting more into nature is what I'm seeing there. But I feel like you're tapping into the playful side of yourself, and that in itself is taking charge of your life. Okay. Now, I would also say, because we've got the Eight of Swords here, and this is always my I card, I would say some of you may have thought that you should go and get an eye test, for example, or you are due one. I mean, I don't see anything negative here at all. Not at all, okay? I want you to be aware of that. But some of you, I feel there's an energy of just keeping on top of eye health. You may notice that when you have increased pressure on your shoulders, you may notice that there's a slight change either in pressure in your eyes, or you may notice a change in your eyes. I would always say if you notice a change in your eyes, go and check it out with a practitioner. Very important there. Again, I don't see any like energy that's untoward here, but I would just say, because you're under a lot of stress recently, it's worth checking if you feel that there has been an impact on your eyes, especially if you're someone who uses a computer or, you know, is always on your phone screen and eye health. It's worth noting, maybe even because I'm given that blue screen energy. So it's like get something that has a blue screen to limit the light that is going into your eye is what I'm being given. Okay. Now, again, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's coming through, so I have to honor it. Okay. Now, the Eight of Swords, of course, you can see what that card is looking like, and I feel some of you may have been going through a period of rapid growth and change, which is essential to your expansion. Of course, I'm being given an energy of do not fight this process, because it will open you up to incredible things ahead of you. Trust the process. But I feel also with that Eight of Swords, some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck or broken down recently, and I feel like you're gathering strength to liberate yourself from that situation, because Eight of Swords in the reverse is actually a really positive card. It means there's a new lease of life here. It means you're escaping from something that had the power at some point to try and hold you back. So if you feel like a person or a situation try to derail you, I feel like you're re-empowering yourself right now, and you're not allowing that to hinder your path in any shape or form. I also feel that some of you, a lot of responsibility lies on your shoulders, and part of you is like you just want to run away. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to run away, but I just feel there's this sense of wanting to just be a little bit more free, and there is respite coming. I feel there is a breakthrough here for you, and I feel things are going to get easier, more harmonized, more balanced, and I feel there is more of a sense of independence. But sometimes we need to step away from the pressure or a project or a person or a situation so we can really see it as it is. And I'm also being given energy here that for some of you, it feels like that where you were confined, as it were, it feels like suddenly there is a breakthrough which leads to like an instant level up in your life. I'm not really sure what I'm being given here, so I have to pull a card on it for you a little bit more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Three of Swords, difficulty, pain. Some of you have been grieving a situation or have been in deep grief. We've got the 10 of Swords here and the 9 of Wands. So, you know, I'm not picking these cards, my beautiful Aries. These are popping out. So this may not resonate with all of you. And I actually wish it didn't resonate with all of you, because these are very difficult cards. I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. You know, 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands, sorry, 9 of Wands there. I was going to say 10 of Wands again, but actually 9 of Wands. So this indicates, you know, some level of grief that you're going through. And the 10 of Swords, something came to an end that was really difficult. And I feel here as well with that 9 of Wands, it means that you've been wounded by this situation, or it has ground you down, or is trying to grind you down, but you're not going to let it. It feels very much like you're still showing up for yourself. and that you're going to power on through, but it's exhausting. It's like, why do you always have to be the strong person? Why do you always have to be the one holding it all together? Sometimes you just want to go release, but there is going to be a natural release happening for you where you are able to basically see that you're making progress, and I feel things are going to come together for you as well as planned. Now, some of you, not all of you, and I have to acknowledge, some of you may have been going through a period of grief about a person who has passed away, because there is a person in your energy, but it's the resistance energy, so it can indicate that this person is no longer on the earthly plane. The Eight of Swords, I see that the grief is coming from the fact that you feel you will never see this person again, but I feel when the time is right, there will, of course, be a reunite of energy, and I want you to be aware that the veil between worlds is the thinnest as we come to the close of this month, and this person who's in spirit, they are going to let you know that they are there. Now, I'm actually being shown a couple of things. One is some of you may have booked like a psychic reading, not just a tarot reading, a psychic reading. The person in spirit will show up for you during this reading if that's something that you've booked. If not, can you please give me a sign? Show me what they need to look out for. I'm not being given anything right now, I gotta be honest, so perhaps you need to ask for a specific sign. If one comes up, then I will absolutely say it to you. I'm being shown right now, it looks like a book. There's some writing in a book, okay? So either you've been journaling or writing stuff down or writing messages to this person. It's an indication that they see. Could also be that they're showing me a book with writing in it because this person actually wrote something in a book to you once. Let me see if there's anything else. I'm just seeing someone baking, okay? What I'm seeing is a rolling pin and like someone with shapes. There is a star, that's for sure, a star shape, like cookie cutter type thing. So that's what I'm seeing. So either this person was an avid baker or used to make cookies for this person in the shape of a star. I'm not really sure. Or maybe that's something someone's doing right now. I have to honor the image that I see. It can indicate that, you know, star represents healing. So maybe it's like healing through food, or maybe it's like comfort food, or maybe it's like they're with you when you're cooking, or there's going to be a sign when you're cooking. I'm not really sure what else I can get from that energy or that image, so I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to make something up. I can only give you what I see right now, so please take it as it resonates, and with a lot of respect, I'm going to step away from that energy. I feel stars could be the sign, or maybe cookies in the shape of stars, so you may see them everywhere you go in the next coming weeks or months, and this could be a symbol or sign to let you know that your person is with you. Some of you may even be gifted a cookie that is in the shape of a star, and it's just to highlight that this person is still with you, and there's so much unconditional love there, and they're encouraging you to follow your passions and really connect to the sense of fun, okay? Because life is short, so I'm being given this energy of celebrate you, celebrate the moment. So that's coming through, and with a lot of respect, I'm going to step away from that energy, my beautiful Aries. For the rest of you, it could be that you've just been going through a tough time and it's about to end, okay? And you've learned some lessons from it and you feel cautious because you feel like it's never ending, but I do see it is ending for you there. Some of you are actually also changing your mind or perspective on a situation that has caused you a lot of discomfort, and I feel like you are actually like taking charge of your thoughts so that you don't tear yourself down. I feel like you're having self-compassion and recognizing that you've been through a lot, and that actually you should be really proud of yourself because you're moving through this time period and you're going to accomplish so much despite it, okay? Now, your outcome energy, we have completion west. And of course, there is a little brain there and a puzzle piece. So when you get this card, it basically indicates that, you know, every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something because the end always heralds a new beginning. And this could be like the completion of a project, or it could be the end of a relationship. And these experiences happen to open you up to new relationships or new projects or new experiences. For some of you, this is a change of neighborhood. You know, you may be sort of blending into the background in your neighborhood because you feel like it's a tough neighborhood, for example, and you're working really hard to move to a different neighborhood. For some of you, it could be that it's tough right now in the country that you live in and you're hoping to expand your horizons elsewhere. Because look at this card. This is like an indication. Some of you may be thinking about going overseas, maybe a project or an idea that you have on the back burner right now, but you will implement, you know, those steps when you feel ready. But this card, it also indicates that you're not afraid of like the next stages. You're not afraid of what you need to do next, or you're not afraid to take life by the horns, as it were. And I feel a lot of you may have taken some time to really just think about the missing ingredient in your life. Whether it's spontaneity, whether it's fun, whether it's creativity, whether it's, you know, incorporating yourself a little bit more in the neighborhood, or being more involved in the community, or, you know, embracing your passions more, getting out there and like creating strong friendships or finding soul tribe members. Whatever it is, I feel like you find the missing ingredient and it unlocks another level for you in life, not just of success. You know, I feel this is a personal development stage that you're in, where you're creating more peace in your life. Because I see a lot of you, you know, you're full of passion, and I feel a lot of the time drama follows you, okay? You may notice that sometimes chaotic people are drawn to you. There's just a lot of chaos around sometimes, and you may be like, do I always attract the drama or the chaos? But I feel these situations, they're here to teach you about what you're capable of, but also I feel you are noticing what you need to cut out of your life in order to create this more peaceful environment for yourself. Now also we have the Temperance card. A lot of you are focused on your sense of purpose right now, but also the Temperance card indicates some of you are re-examining your priorities in life. You're looking at who or what drains your energy. You're looking at who has your best interests at heart. You're looking at evolving friendships and how they run their course. Sometimes we outgrow people, and that can be really, you know, distressing sometimes, but it indicates that you're leveling up in life. And it doesn't mean that you're leaving those people behind. It kind of means that they're not in a vibration to step up with you. And we must acknowledge that and not, you know, hold back on letting go of who or what is no longer meant to be in our lives. And with this Temperance card energy, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm just seeing a disco ball right now. A disco ball. I mean, this can indicate party, okay? So I'm not really sure what else. It could be that, you know, there will be a time where you feel the desire to shine your light, be more sociable, because the Queen of Wands is an energy to be more sociable, more creative, you know, connecting to people on a very soul level there. But yeah, I feel there is a time for quietness and a time for partying. Maybe that's what that means, a time for joy, interconnectedness. But the Temperance card indicates one of the lessons you've been learning in this lifetime as well is patience, okay? And you're a very fiery person, and you're very immediate. When you have an idea, you kind of like work towards it now. You don't hang around. And I feel also that you're the sort of person that you also want it now. And that's not a bad thing. It just shows how passionate and how much you care about it. But also I feel you've been met with some blockades or some slow moments, and you may not feel like you're making progress, but the next coming months are actually going to show you that there is a payoff for all your patience, your hard work, and I feel there is a bit of a breakthrough here. Also, I feel there's this energy of self-control and moderation, knowing when to take a rest and knowing when to move forward. This is something that you are also learning. And with the Seven of Swords, this is a card that indicates that you're not conforming. You're deepening your belief system. You're a real force to be reckoned with, but there is a yearning for independence here. A lot of you may also feel misunderstood. Okay, because the Seven of Swords can indicate that people perceive you a certain way, but that's not your intention, or that's not what you're about. They should go a little bit deeper, and you're just so fed up of it. So I feel like you're kind of like letting them think what they want to think, because that's their energy and not yours. What's that? I'm being given something. One moment, please. I'm just being given that you are not a sum of people's opinions of you. Okay, that's a very precise energy. So some of you may feel a little bit fed up by people who try to either mistreat you or misunderstand you or misrepresent you or underestimate you in some way. And I feel like you are basically showing up for yourself and being that force to be reckoned with. And therefore, you know, whatever it is you're transforming in your life right now, you're going to show them that you are the success they thought you wouldn't be. So there's that coming through very intensely right now. But the Seven of Swords, the history of this card indicates that you know, that figure is trying to take away the weaponry from the army because he does not want to fight. Okay, now this is not a gender-specific reading, but it's all about, you know, removing the potential for arguing or fighting, finding diplomatic solutions to delicate situations. And I feel right now there's a delicate decision that you need to make in your life. And this could be about where you feel like you belong right now. And I feel like you've been in a period of pause to really get clear on what it is that you want, what sets your soul on fire, and then when you've decided, you're going after it. I always say that the queen is the power behind the throne, so I feel right now that you're tapping into this sense of magnetism to get what you need in life, people to help you in your endeavors, and obviously you're attracting opportunities as well. But this card, I feel on a personal level, you know, even though you're under a lot of stress and pressure, it kind of does not show on your face. Okay, I feel like you are someone who gets a lot of attention, and people just wouldn't know that you're going through all this pressure. So I feel it's really important to articulate your needs in a healthy way, because some people, they see you as so strong that they just think, you know what, oh, I'll let you get on with it. And they don't offer help or support because they feel like you've got this. And of course you have this. You're someone who is super independent, self-sufficient, and you are very strong. But sometimes it will be nice if people wanted to help, or at least lighten the load, or at least offer a place where you can just vent. Okay, that's what I'm being given there. Some of you are just looking at reciprocity in friendships right now, and that's why that's coming through. But this card, of course, is about you tapping into that lust for life. You're being encouraged to express yourself and not like hide yourself away. I feel like you're being encouraged to step into the spotlight in life and to be your wonderful, glorious self, and you know, allow that creativity to flow through you. Also, this card indicates that you should treat yourself a little bit more, okay? Whenever you get this card, it's like highlighting that, you know, you're really awesome and, you know, you should treat yourself accordingly. But I also get this sense here that luck is on your side, and there is a time here where you are super enthusiastic but also inspired to go towards something. But I feel a lot of you are so burnt out that you may have felt it's really hard to maintain inspiration or maintain that energy to be that go-getting spirit, because it's a lot. So you're being asked to compartmentalize and prioritize what's really important to you at this moment in time, and really weigh up, you know, your priorities so that you can create that level of harmony and almost like carve more time out for you, okay? A lot of you are actually asking, what is the meaning of life? What is your purpose? There's some big philosophical questions going on here, and it's all tied up to your passion as well. And I'm being given this energy that it's almost like you feel that life is passing you by in some way, and that you're missing out on something. But I actually feel what is meant for you will never pass you by. And I'm being given that you're about to be opened to a lot of events that will unfold that will bring you exactly what you need and what you desire, because all of your reading is about desire, but the heaviness of life there. And I feel like you're not missing out in any shape or form. And I'm also seeing that your worth is not tied up in the sum of what you do for a living, or if you're retired, what you did for a living, or a person. You know, I feel like you're learning that your happiness is not tied up in things or people. It's tied up within yourself. So a lot of you are going insular in order to do the inner work, connect to your higher self. And I feel a lot of you are also transforming your spiritual gifts at this time as well. Now, it seems like you're going through a lot. I would say these two cards, the 7 and the 8 of Swords, can indicate that you're really paying close attention to your thoughts at this time, because swords are very cerebral. They're all about how you feel what you think. And I would say here with the Eight of Swords, some of you have been putting extra pressure on yourself because you've been feeling stuck or frustrated because you feel like you haven't been moving forward. But I see that the universe is going to send you lots of signs to let you know that you're making great leaps and strides in your life, and you're attracting more possibilities and potentials. Now, I also feel some of you may be grieving a relationship. You may have separated from somebody, and you may feel that you're under a lot of pressure and you want to launch yourself into creative endeavors or work or some sort of project. Keep your mind off this experience. And sometimes, you know, the body has other ideas where suddenly you're fine and then the next minute you're crying or under a lot of stress. Allow it to wash over you, because this is your body, you know, cathartically purging those emotions to let it out. Sometimes we got to let pressure out, otherwise it will build up and it will keep you stuck, is what I'm being given there as well. Now I'm just going to go and get some final cards. This reading, it almost felt like it was jumping around in different thoughts. So some of you may have felt that that's how you're feeling right now. There's so much on your mind, lots of different thoughts. You may feel that time is like running out in some way, that you feel like a lot of pressure on your shoulders to complete something or have something done by. But I feel that, you know, you are right on target. Trust the process. Sometimes when things start to get very chaotic and don't go the way we hoped for, that's when you're about to have a breakthrough. You know, many, many years ago, I got so frustrated with something. I was like, oh, you know, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying everything that's humanly possible. I had a couple of jobs. I was like, you know, running from place to place, trying to make life work. And I was like, I can't do this all the time. This cannot be it. And just when I was like, oh, I'm so exhausted, I just can't. Suddenly the universe said, okay, I'm just going to show you that you're making progress. Suddenly all the opportunities started coming my way. And it was like, just when you thought about giving up, the universe says, don't give up. Here it is. Now, you're the sort of person, my beautiful Aries, you would never give up. But I do see that the universe is going to show you that all your efforts will be worth it, okay? And that there is a breakthrough here. Now, it says here, going in style, okay? And it says, little luxuries help you build up to greater things later. Treat yourself. Oh my gosh, it did come out in your reading, treat yourself. So I know sometimes I think this reading, it's so like sporadic. There's lots of energy going on, lots of different hits coming through in the reading. Sometimes I'm like, I hope this resonates with someone out there. But this highlights that what I'm being given by my guides is what you need to hear right now. Sometimes it's the little moments of treating yourself. But also that carriage indicates that you are having some improvements and there is movement in your world. And I feel like you're going places, but also I feel like you're going to reach your desired destination. For some of you, that destination will be some sort of health project. For some of you, it will be money. Others, it will be ambition. It could be reputation. For others, it could be a destination thing. You want to end up at a certain place, in a certain country. So whatever it is, please apply it to your situation. We've also got wrapping up. I mean, all your cards are about an ending of something, wrapping something up and moving on to something new. It says this situation ends so you can move on to new things. There are better things in store. Okay, so with a lot of love and hugs, you know, endings of things can be very hard and it's hard to let go, but I feel we are all learning how to not attach ourselves to things, to trust the process and recognize the universe always wants better things for us. So I said at the beginning, the worst thing for you, my beautiful Aries, is to remain stuck or stagnant in something. We must accept the end of something so we can embrace the beginning of something else. And finally, we've got blooming with ease. I do feel that you have gone through a very intense, rapid period of an awakening, okay? And that can feel very isolating or a little bit like off your kilter. Maybe you felt like you haven't been yourself for a little while. I always liken it back to like a butterfly's journey. If you think about the caterpillar, it goes into the chrysalis and it just doesn't go into the chrysalis and take a snooze. It actually dissolves its sense of self, it jellifies, and then it is rebuilt into a new form, and then suddenly it breaks free from the chrysalis. You're breaking free from something right now, and you're spreading your wings and flying, just like that bird coming out of the cage. So I feel a lot of you have been going through this intense transformation. And it says here, life doesn't need to be hard, so relax and don't worry. It's okay to rest now. And you got that first card of like taking a pause or blending in, going off grid, operating under the radar right now because life has been a lot. And this is to recharge your batteries and know that whatever it is you're transforming in your life, it will bloom. There is abundance, there is prosperity, and the time is now. So trust your intuition. I would say take a pause, take a rest, recharge, because you are tapping into your lust for life. You're reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel like you've maybe lost touch with for a while, and things are going to get infinitely better from here, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have two, we've got a trinket and a rune there. We've got a clock, so I feel a lot of you may have felt like you have a deadline, or you've given yourself a personal deadline, or you feel up against the clock in some way, or time is a factor. But remember, divine timing is at play here. What is meant for you will never pass you by, okay? And we've also got the sun. Loving that. The sun indicates a positive outcome. It means that you are blossoming. It actually means that, you know, there is a victory here, but also a pause can bring clear vision. And I would say there's a lot of achievement here. This rune can also connect to the home or to a house, purchasing a house, for example, real estate. But I feel this is about you being super positive and changing your circumstances. And also, I mean, if you know what runes mean, the sun can also indicate take a rest. For some of you, that could be that you're going to go overseas and take a little period in the sun, for example. But whatever it is for you, I feel like you are moving towards greater things, and things get difficult and chaotic just before the breakthrough, so trust the process, okay? So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Aries. I hope something does resonate in this reading for you, and if it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell, lets you know when I update my next message, lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.